Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another amazing episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. I'm your host, that Ocean Crossing, straight up Boston, flight catching, shot glass snatching. Where's he going next? Nobody knows. 4 continents down, 2 more to go. No cap, straight facts. The worldwide starboy, Remy Blue. But it's not about me. See, we have a special event going on today emanating from Los Angeles, California, the city of angels. And that event is brought to us by All Elite Wrestling, and it's called Revolution. And let me tell you, the card looks great. There's a great buildup, lots of emotion behind it. Of course, there's 100 and something matches on it. I'm just kidding. No, but actually, there's 13 matches on it. 2 or 3 are actually going to be in on the pre-show, so make sure you check out that pre-show. You never know what you're going to see. It's going to be a great vibe, when you check out the pre-show, because it whets your appetite for the main card. So with that being said, I'm going to go through bit by bit the card of the show. And for those of you that are actually watching at home, feel free to chime in whenever. And, feel free to chime in whenever and give your own opinions as well. So with that being said, let me get the card up. I just had the card up. Oh, geez. So we have 13 matches, and, AEW Revolution is actually emanating from the crypto.com arena in Los Angeles. Shout out to the great folks over in Los Angeles. You're getting a great show, and I hope you all have a safe journey to and from that show, a safe trip to and from that show. And with that being said, AEW Revolution, believe it or not, is one of AEW's big 5 pay-per-views. Just a little side note. I know we've been saying that with WWE, their big 5 is, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. Now, Money in the Bank is part of that too. You have SummerSlam and Survivor Series. Your boy has been to 4 out of 5 of those. Maybe I might touch Money in the Bank in May. It's in New Orleans. I got nothing but love for New Orleans. Great food. Maybe I won't. But AEW's big 5, and make note of this, their big 5, in case you don't know, are Double or Nothing, All In, All Out, Full Gear, and the card we're going to talk about today, Revolution. So TNA has one as well too. I know Slammiversary is one, and I believe Genesis is one, and I think Bound for Glory is another one. I'll just I have to confirm that, but I'll tell you what I'll do for y'all, and hold me to that. The next time I do a TNA prediction, I think Sacrifice is the next one coming up. I will definitely have that information for y'all. For those y'all that are curious as to what TNA's big 5 or I think big 4 are. So I think Ring of Honor might have one. I don't know. I'm not sure about Ring of Honor, but I know TNA, they definitely have a big 4 or big 5. But we're not talking about TNA, we're talking about AEW. So with that being said, we have 13 matches right now, 13 great matches, a lot of build up behind all of them, and it's going to be a movie once again. So with that being said, we have the first match we have is on the first 3, they have 3 matches that are going to be on the pre-show. So like I said, check out the pre-show. It's actually on YouTube, so make sure you check it out. You get a little, it's free, so you get a little appetizer before the main course. So the first match we have on the pre-show is going to be a 21 Blackjack Battle Royal for the AEW National Championship. Now, that championship is currently being held by Ricochet, who is everybody's favorite high flyer. I mean that with sarcasm, 60% or 50% sarcasm, because I appreciate the guy. He's cool. He's just trying something new. People are like, oh, he should stop doing promos. No, he's trying something new. It doesn't hurt to try something, And as far as I'm concerned, I'm not trying to curry favor with Ricochet, but a lot of people that have something to say, have something negative to say about this guy, we're rocking with him back in WWE. We're rocking with him back in Lucha Underground. We're rocking with him even in his indie matches. So what's with the change up now? I don't get it, you know. But anyways, we have a 20-man blackjack battle royal for the AEW National Championship, and it's going to be Ricochet's in it, and it's also Tommaso Ciampa is in it too, and there are going to be 19 other people. I can't really call this one, but I got a feeling Ricochet is going to retain. I don't see him losing that championship. I got a feeling he's going to retain. All right, so the next match we have is a singles match for the AEW TBS Championship. It's going to be Willow Nightingale, the defending champion, versus Lena Cross. I don't know much about Lena Cross. I heard she's pretty good, but I'm going to say this. I don't think Lena Cross knows what she's getting into with Willow Nightingale. Yes, Lena Cross has the height advantage, but at the same time, this is Willow Nightingale. This woman is not afraid to get into a hardcore match. And once you have somebody that's not afraid to do that, it's not going to be an easy battle. So I'm going to go with Willow Nightingale picking up the W. You know, my Guyanese sister is definitely going to get that. And I'm not saying that because she's my Guyanese sister. I'm saying it because she's Willow Nightingale, and I know what she's capable of. And if you've been watching her stuff in AEW from the time she debuted up until now, you would probably say the same thing too. Unless, of course, you're that thorough with Lena Cross's work, then, you know, you're entitled to your own opinion. But my opinion is going with Willow Nightingale for the win. So the third and last match on the pre-show is a tag team match, and it's going to be the undefeated tag team of Boom and Doom, which are the tag team of Big Boom AJ and QT Marshall. Who would have thought? Last year, these two were feuding. Now this year, they're the best of friends. Wow, this is crazy. Talk about strange bedfellows. But they're going to be going up against the Infantry, which is the tag team of Captain Sean Dean and Carly Bravo, accompanied by Trish Adora. I could already tell you what's going to happen with this one. I well, not winning wise, but I think Big Boom AJ's son, I forgot what his name is gonna get into it with Trish Adora. I got a feeling it's gonna happen. I can see her running that guy around the ring. But I'm gonna go with Boom and Doom to get this win. I got a feeling they're gonna pull it off. Although the Infantry is no joke. These men, yes, currently they're trios champions or six-man tag team champions. They are future Ring of Honor tag team champions. They're going to be future AEW tag team champions. That team is no joke. They're not to be taken lightly. But I'm going to go with Boom and Doom to get the win. Okay, so the next match we have, now we're on to the main card now. The main course. We just got our appetites wet. We're ready for the main course. So the first match we have is a trios match, and it's going to be the team of Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, and Roderick Strong versus the Dogs, David Finlay, Clark Connors, and Gabe Kidd. This is an even match. Roderick Strong is a former Ring of Honor World Champion. David Finlay is a former IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Roderick Strong still has yet to have that breakout match. I know he's still got a lot of oomph in him. I mean, you know, I know he still has a couple more good ones, and it's only a matter of time until that one match puts him on the brink to, you know, puts him back on the map for singles title contention, and I'm talking world title. This is going to be a crazy match. I'm going to be brave and say Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, and Roderick Strong, they're going to take this one. I want to be brave and say that. Roderick Strong, I know of his work. I know David Finlay is no slouch either, but I'm going to go Roderick for this one. Although this match, I think is going to be all over the place. This is going to be a brawl. But I'm going to go with Roderick Strong, Orange Cassidy, and Darby Allin to get the win. Okay, so the next match we have, I'm looking forward to this one. This one, somebody's going to get their butt kicked. It's a singles match where everyone is banned from ringside. It's going to be Timeless Toni Storm versus Marina Shafir. Now, I know Marina Shafir's accolades. She's a former MMA fighter. She's fought in UFC. She's good friends with Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey and, Jessamine Duke. But this is timeless Toni Storm. And this woman is not ashamed. She's not afraid to bleed in this match. I said the same thing about, what was it? Oh geez, I'm drawing a blank. I almost called the woman. What was her name again? Mariah May, for lack of a better for my lack of memory. Let me find what her name was. It's Blake something. I forgot what it was. They change these names so many times. Blake Monroe. There we go. Okay, so we have. So I said the same thing about Blake Monroe a week ago or 2 weeks ago, whenever NXT had their show. But I said the same thing about her match with Jada Parker. I said, Blake Monroe is not afraid to have her own bloodshed. And lo and behold, what happened? No blood was shed. But I said, when you have somebody like that, it's going to be a tough fight for you. It's going to be a tough fight. And Blake Monroe got the win. So I'm going to say this. I know Marina Shafir is a badass. She is no slouch. That woman could probably put a butt open on some men. But this is the end. This is the end. Timeless Toni Storm is going to get that. Unless Marina Shafir is going to put her lights out, leave her battered, bruised, and is willing to put her in the hospital, Timeless Toni Storm is getting this win. So that's what I'm going to go with. There might be bloodshed. The thing is, has Marina Shafir ever bled in a match before? That's the question. So, and I'm not saying, because you bleed in a match, you're a tough guy. No, like Timeless Toni Storm, she's that woman. She don't play. Like this is not foreign ground to her. This is pretty much her home. So I'm gonna go with Toni Storm to get the win. And if Marina Shafir does get this win, she ain't gonna want that smoke no more. She's gonna be like, if Marina Shafir gets this win, I think she's gonna be like Randy Orton after he fought Mick Foley. And if she does happen to beat Timeless Toni Storm fair and square, cleanly, by all means, she should be getting at least a shot at the AEW TBS Championship, if not the AEW Women's Championship. I think it's time we see Marina Shafir do her own thing now. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying leave Death Eaters, but it'd be nice to see her actually, be in title contention. I think it would be great. Okay, so the next match we have is a trios match for the AEW World Trios Championship. And we have the defending trios champions, the Don Callis family, which are the team of Kazuchika Okada, Kyle Fletcher, and Mark Davis, versus the newly formed trio of Mystico and Jet Speed, which are the tag team of the Jet Kevin Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey. I like that little dynamic that Jet Speed had with Adam Page, where they were tagged, they were trios champions and whatnot, and unfortunately they lost the titles in an impromptu match due to interference by MJF to the Don Callis family. I don't see the Don Callis family losing, though. Don't get me wrong. Jet Speed is great. They have a great future ahead of them. Although, it seems like, how the kind of vibe I'm getting is that, Swerve Strickland's trying to get into the Jet Kevin Knight's head about him being more of a killer, in order to succeed, in being a singles competitor. And I hope before they break up, if they break up, they get to hold the AEW tag team championships. But, I like this tag team. I hope they stay around for a bit more. But I don't see them. I don't see them beating the Don Callis family. I think that they're going to the Don Callis family is going to retain. That's what I think is going to happen. So, all right. So the next match we have is a 2 out of 3 falls match for the AEW Women's World Championship. It's going to be Thekla versus Chris Statlander. Ooh, we got 2 tough women battling it out. Man, both women have great accolades. Oh man. Who do I go with? Both women are hella tough. Man, this is a tough one. I'm stumped because this could go either way. You know what? For the first time in years I've been doing these prediction shows, I'm stumped. I'm going to be brave and say that Thekla's going to get this win. She's going to retain through nefarious means, that, meaning, her stablemates. I think she's going to retain. I don't think she's going to she's actually going to lose to Chris Statlander. Although things have happened before, but I don't see her losing to Chris Statlander yet. Her her stablemates Sky Blue and Julia Hart, I think they're gonna actually, pull through for her and help her get that win. So I'm gonna go with Thekla to get the win. Sorry, I meant her. Whatever. I'll try to remember what the name of the stable was, but it just came back to me. It was the Triangle of Madness. Yeah, Thekla's gonna get some help from her Triangle of Madness stablemates, and she's gonna retain. Man, don't get over. I can't believe I'm forgetting these. I'm forgetting these stables, man. I don't know what's going on. But yeah. So that's what we get. So that's what I'm gonna go with Thekla retaining. So the next match we have is a singles match. Ooh, this one is going to be hot. It's going to be a singles match between Brody King and Swerve Strickland, who will be accompanied by Prince Nana. Now, both these men have been saying they're the most dangerous man in, pro wrestling, or at least AEW. Both these men, they know how to brawl. Both these men, well, Swerve is a former world champion. Brody King is definitely world champion material, although he hasn't held the AEW World Championship yet. But I'm gonna have to give it to Swerve Strickland, mainly because he's been through it. I mean, come on, this man has actually had a syringe put through his cheek. He had that happen to him at All Out 2 years ago. Did I agree with that spot though? No, I didn't. I never liked that whole route that they went with the syringe thing. But still, Swerve is that dude. So I'm gonna go with Swerve to get this win. I like how he's been doing. He beat Gravity the other day on Dynamite. He's probably gonna. I don't know if he's gonna fight Bandito on Collision tonight, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Swerve to get the win. All right, so the next match we have is a singles match, and it's going to be between Andrade El Idolo, who will be accompanied by Don Callis, versus Bandito. This match is not for the Ring of Honor World Championship, but you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I'm gonna go with Andrade El Idolo to get this win. This is gonna be the warm up to the title match. Once he gets this win, and I gotta say, man, it just goes to show different strokes for different folks. Different places for different faces. It's like, man, when he was in WWE, yeah, he was doing his thing, but it seems like AEW just breathed new life into him, and I like this for him. I'm gonna go on Andrade El Idolo picking up the win. He's gonna get this win. In WWE, he was. Don't get me wrong, he was getting screen time, but it was like, for some reason, to me, it just wasn't clicking. Now he's over in AEW and he's this playboy and he's taking selfies with ladies, or ladies want to take selfies with him. I think he might have gotten even more jacked since he left WWE. I like this for him. So I'm gonna go to Andrade. It just goes to show you, man, this is why you need promotions like promotions aside from WWE. And I'm not knocking WWE, but you can't tell me that there haven't been several wrestlers that have thrived when they've left WWE and went to AEW. There haven't been several wrestlers that have thrived once they left AEW, went to WWE, left TNA, went to AEW, left AEW, went to TNA, left TNA, went to WWE, left WWE, went to TNA, or even went wherever. I mean, you can't tell me that after watching for 10 whole years, for 10 plus years, if you've been watching for 10 plus years, that different promotions don't put different spotlights on people, so I like this for Andrade. It's a different side of him we're seeing. All right, so the next match we have is no time limit match for the AEW Continental Championship. It's going to be the defending champion Jon Moxley versus Konosuke Takeshita. You know what? I'm going to be brave and say, these men have fought twice before. They fought once when Jon Moxley was defending his world championship against Konosuke Takeshita. And I said, I don't think Konosuke Takeshita wants that smoke. This was when Konosuke Takeshita was just a few months into, being with the Don Callis family. I'm like, I don't think he wants that smoke. I don't think he knows what he's getting into. Jon Moxley has been through it. This is not Kenny Omega who's going to let up on him. This is Jon Moxley who just doesn't give a damn. And surely what happened next was Jon Moxley getting the W. Konosuke Takeshita learned that day. He came back again with more experience, this time for the AEW Continental Championship, for the finals. Jon Moxley got the W again. I think this might have been a slightly different Konosuke Takeshita that Jon Moxley was facing, but Jon Moxley still got the win. Now Konosuke is not only hungry for that championship, he's hungry for a win. He's hungry to show. He's anxious to show that he can actually overcome this hurdle of getting a victory over Jon Moxley. And I think tonight is the night. Third time's the charm. Konosuke Takeshita, your new AEW Continental Champion. This is going to be another one to watch. If he does not win tonight, I have a feeling there's going to be some gloating from Kazuchika Okada. If Konosuke Takeshita does not get the dub tonight, there's going to be some serious there might be some dissension within the Don Callis family. I have a feeling about that. All right, so the next match we have is a tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. It's going to be the defending champions, FTR, the tag team of Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood, accompanied by their ever so busy manager, Stokely Hathaway, versus the Young Bucks, Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson. Oh, man. This is going to be something to watch because FTR crossed the line when they attacked the Young Bucks family. They pushed their mother down. They pushed their father. They, dragged their brother. They attacked their brother, Malachi Jackson, dragged him into the ring and gave him, the shatter machine. Or I think it was a shatter machine they gave him, but they beat him up in the ring. The Young Bucks are hot about it, and they are looking for some get back. I think they're gonna get that get back tonight when they beat FTR. It's gonna be something. I'm gonna say this right now. For those of you that don't know, the Young Bucks actually have a third brother. Yes, it's not just two of them. There are three Jackson brothers that are that used to there were three Jackson brothers that used to wrestle, and the third Jackson brother that was the one that you saw there. I think he used to go by TK Jackson back in the Indies, but I think we're going to see him make a return and help his brothers get that win. I think we're going to see that. So I'm gonna go with the Young Bucks to pick up the to pick up the win. All right. So with that being said, now we have the main event. We're down to the last match, the one that everybody's gonna be in their seats watching very closely. They might even be on the edge of their seats watching it closely. It's gonna be a last chance Texas death match for the AEW World Championship. It's going to be the defending champion, MJF, Maxwell Jacob Freeman versus Hangman Adam Page. Now, the stipulation for this match is if Page loses, he will never be able to challenge for the AEW World Championship again. That's it. Last chance, final chance. If you get the L, if you take an L on this one, you could never challenge for the AEW World Championship again. That would suck. But I think Hangman Adam Page is gonna get this back. I think he's gonna get the win. If MJF were to get the win, that would suck for Adam Page. But I don't see Adam Page being out of. There's certain people you can't see them being out of the the main out of the world title picture. I just don't see it for Adam Page. He was their second, or no, actually he was their third AEW World Champion. So I honestly do not see him being out of the title picture like that. So I'm gonna go with Adam Page actually, becoming a three-time AEW World Champion. Oh, my apologies, my bad. He was the fourth. AEW World Champion. So yeah, I don't see Adam Cole not getting this belt back. I think he's gonna get the win. So that's what I'm going with, Adam Cole. All right. So with that being said, that was the card for AEW Revolution. I don't have no general predictions, just that if Konosuke Takeshita does not win tonight, we might see the beginning of him leaving the Don Callis family. That's pretty much all I have right now. That I don't have no general predictions whatsoever, but I know overall it's going to be a great card, and I'm looking forward to it. Man, I wish I was in LA right now, man, because I know definitely that would have been a vibe. I'm gonna tell you right now, on a side note, the LA wrestling scene is phenomenal, and if you have never experienced wrestling in LA, I highly recommend it. Their wrestling scene is larger than life. Some of the people that they have wrestling there, larger than life. I'm like, wow. Like, if Vince McMahon really wanted, like, the LA wrestling scene, the way I describe it, they would fit into pretty much any era of WWE, whether it was the 80s era, the Attitude era, the PG era. They just fit in perfectly. So yeah, man, LA is definitely a vibe, and I love going there, whenever I get a chance. So yeah, those are my AEW Revolution predictions. So once again, for those of you that are going to be attending this event, I hope you have a great time. I hope you have a safe and great trip to and from the event. And with that being said, it's about time for us to shut this show down. It's nice outside today, and my stomach's kind of rumbling, so that means it's time for dinner and to see what's going on outside. But before I partake in those activities, just some quick news. So you know, recently our our Twitter account has actually been hacked. I'm saying it right now on here. I don't, we're unable to get into it. So if you receive any strange message or anything, we don't know if somebody like hacked into it, or if what's going on. But for some reason, nobody from our team can get into it. So if y'all, and I'm saying this, please, you know, listen to what I'm saying when I say this. If you get, because I know there are like a lot of you that follow us, if you get any strange messages from @Ringside Society on Twitter, please disregard them. They're not from us. So I just don't want nobody to be like, yeah, we got a message from you guys saying, you this and that, and or you want us to donate this, and I don't want y'all to, be in a situation where you lose something, or something is said on behalf of us when it wasn't even said. So if you get any messages from @Ringside Society on Twitter, I know right now. So the weird thing is that we're actually able to broadcast on the page because it's connected to our StreamYard platform. So we could still, it's kind of weird. We can't get into it, but we could stream on it. We've been monitoring the accounts. Nobody has posted anything. Nobody outside of our team has posted anything on it. So we don't know what's going on. So we're working on getting it back. And if not getting it back, just getting a whole new Twitter page. But once again, if you get any messages, I know there's some of you watching on Twitter, if you get any message from Ringside Society on Twitter, @Ringside Society, do not, if they say anything like, we want you to give us some money for this. Once again, I'm harping on this because I really truly do care about y'all. I don't want y'all to, we don't want y'all to lose trust in us. If you get any message, please disregard it. But anyways, or message one of us, myself, Kathy Knight, Rob Bass, Chris Cartwright, or Albert Armageddon. Message one of us, and we'll confirm it. But for now, yeah, just disregard whatever you see from that account. But with that being said, we just want to thank y'all for actually tuning in today. Thank you very much. We strive on being one of the best wrestling podcasts a wrestling fan could, should, and would listen to, and we're not going to stop being that. To those of you that are going to listen later on, you get a chance. Thank you very much in advance. And those of y'all that hate us, can't stand us, really and truly wish we would just go away. Well, like myself at Gordon Corral, we're not going anywhere for a while. So with that being said, look at me jumping the gun. If you want to follow, if you want to follow us on social media, we have other links as well too. We're on Instagram and Blue Sky @Ringside Society. We're on Twitch @Ringside Society 2019. We're also on Facebook as Ringside Society. You can find us there. We're on Spotify. We're also on Teespring. We have our official Ringside Society merchandise. We're about to drop our St. Patrick's Day merch real soon. We're also about to drop some more designs as well. And last but not least, we're also on YouTube, where you can see great episodes like this one, like the one we just did with Duncan Mitchell Abasia from the Georgia wrestling scene. You can see all those great episodes on YouTube, and to see them, it's really simple. Just go on YouTube and type in Ringside Society, and that's where you'll see all of our great episodes as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, if you want to follow me on social media, not that I say a lot of cool things, but I do go to a lot of cool places. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram @TheRemyBlue, and also on TikTok @TheRemyBlue. I'm also on Facebook, and I think that's about it for me. But I'm also on Blue Sky @RemyBlue.bsky.social. And that's pretty much it. So with that being said, we just want to thank everybody tuning in live tonight. Thank you very much. And once again, I always say this, we get it. You know, everybody and their grandparents and their parents have a podcast, but we're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. As a matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. Hashtag, we are not the same. So with that being said, I'm going to say right now, one time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, and one time for AEW Revolution taking place in Los Angeles, California, with a Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. And we'll be back next week with another impressive guest on another impressive episode. But until then, we just have 4 favors for y'all. Stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and enjoy wrestling. We out. Peace.